watching 24.
Connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your hometown news. I'm Charity Seebecker with my co-host Craig Huffman. Our first guest is the founder of Next Steps for Change, the nonprofit organization that builds community-based support teams to connect members of our community who suffer from substance abuse disorders. They have a mission to lead them to the next steps towards recovery. Please welcome Natalie Morescki. Welcome, Natalie. We are super excited to have you here and learn more.
Thank you for having me.
So you, if I remember correctly, were a part of the Monroe County Safe Coalition first. And so now you're starting this new organization. What sparked this endeavor?
So when I worked with the Monroe County Safe Community Coalition, we worked with many different sectors in the community. And while we were doing the work with drug and alcohol prevention in the community, I kept having people coming to me and saying, Natalie, we need help with treatment. We have people who are coming to us who, when they're ready to get into recovery, what do we do with them and how can we help them to take that next step to get into recovery? And I was at a loss. We don't have a lot of treatment facilities in the area. We have nothing in Monroe County that someone can immediately get into. And so it was something that I thought a lot about over time. And during that time of COVID, there was a lot of things that happened where my job was going to be ending because it was grant funded, and I started thinking about what my next step was going to be, and decided that through the time that I worked in the coalition, one of the service gaps that was missing in our community was the concept of a warm handoff. That when someone is ready to get into recovery, there's nowhere for them to go. That will just have that person hold their hand and take that next step. And that's kind of where the whole concept came from. I'd been talking with law enforcement for years about this concept. The Police Assisted Addiction Recovery Initiative was something that started on the East Coast, and we had learned about warm handoffs, but it wasn't something that a small community in the Midwest was ready to handle. The police stations had way too much going on. They don't have enough officers, and so they couldn't take it on themselves. But then I was like, well, we need to get to that point. So after talking with a handful of people about it, I started saying, hey, am I crazy that I wanted to start this nonprofit? And I really struggled with it a lot because I was like, this is a great concept. And I had some amazing advisory board members that I reached out to. Well, they became advisory board members, but people I reached out to and said, what about this? What about doing a nonprofit that closes that gap in our community and gives that warm handoff of peer support? And everyone's like, we definitely need it in Monroe County. And so we put together the advisory board and got support from people in the community. And I started holding community meetings, talking with people about the concept of the program and how it might all come together, and if we're going to work with law enforcement or if we were going to do self-referrals or how it was going to happen. So the Police Assisted Addiction Recovery Teams is what started the whole thing. And so we took that PARI concept and converted it and made it our own.
How cool is that? So you talk about Next Step. So what is Next Step for Change?
We are a community-based support team that connects people to their next step through the use of peer support.
So what makes that different than AA or other drug help groups or things like that?
That's a great question. We get asked that a lot. So the concept of peer support is, it happens in AA through sponsors or things like that. But the difference is with the peer support that our peers offer, you have to be trained as either a recovery coach or a certified peer specialist. And recovery coaches go through 30 hours of professional training, and they get a certificate for participation in the training. And then certified peer specialists go through a 48-hour training that's run by the state, and then they take a state test and they're state certified. So ultimately, they will end up being the ones that, when insurance starts covering peer support, the certification will be what helps to fund some of the peer support services. But at this point in time, peer support has to be done locally. So we do fundraising and we get support through contracts or different people in the community because we are a nonprofit, and this is not something that is covered by insurance in Wisconsin at this point in time. So the sponsors in AA, they can do different things. They can ultimately be like a friend long-term to somebody, where the peers that we employ, they are professionals and they have a time frame in which they work with somebody.
Awesome. So how can I and our viewers get involved with Next Step for Change?
They can reach out to me at our organization. They can call 608-466-6677 or can contact me through email at natalie@nextstepsforchange.com.
Very exciting. So very briefly, we get just a little bit time left. Can you say, how does this help the families who are dealing with loved ones who are dealing with substance abuse?
So the other piece that we have is parent peer support. So if you have somebody, a parent who is looking to support someone with a substance use disorder, we have parents that will walk alongside them as well, and it makes it so they don't have to go through the process of finding resources and figuring things out on their own, that someone else has done it previously, and it helps that process.
That's very nice to have that. It's like a hand holding to get you through.
It's that warm handoff. Absolutely.
Amazing. So, well, thank you for being on our show. We appreciate you having here. So, catering for the cast and crew has been provided by Strike Zone and Pizzones in Tomah. Wasn't that some amazing spaghetti we had tonight?
Yes.
And breadsticks?
Yummy.
Gotta love those breadsticks. Okay, so, great food and fun for the whole family. Up next, Monroe County Board member Brett Larkin, but first we want to thank our sponsors.
Your hometown news is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, the Fun Company Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I really don't feel like cooking, so...
The best pizza? Look at that crust and cheese. Amazing burgers and steaks. Just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone and Pizzones in Tomah. Hardware Hank knows you have projects. Lots of important projects. From paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
At Tomah Health, we're committed to compassionate hospice and palliative care.
My name's Larry Schmidt. Hospice Touch helped me take care of my wife, and how they treated us was all about getting the most out of life and being the most comfortable you could be. You could tell the experience and just the personal touch, but really the empathetic care. Don't know what I would have done without that kind of help.
Tomah Health offers hospice and palliative care close to home.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
of the Monroe County Board of Supervisors representing Tomah to talk about a resolution that he is working on regarding the Monroe County Health Director's authority. Please welcome Brett Larkin to the program. So welcome, Brett. Thanks for being here with us. Excited to learn more. So can you give us a little background on why there's a need for the resolution, you know, what the current health director authority, what's going on?
Absolutely. So earlier this summer, well, not even this summer, it was earlier this fall, I had gotten a call from a constituent regarding a letter that was sent from our health director to the Now School District, the Norwalk, Ontario, and Wilton School District, asking the school to call the Sheriff's Department if students violate quarantine guidelines. Well, that power is not specifically conferred to our health director by a legislative body, and as the Supreme Court of Wisconsin has ruled, that local health directors are given a series of discrete powers, and unless that power is specifically conferred by a legislative body, that power is not authorized. So I believe it is time that us, the voice of the people of Monroe County, the county board, take action and show the people, show our constituents we're not going to turn a blind eye to this overreach of power.
Wow.
So can you tell us what stage the resolution is at right now?
Right now it's still going through some legal channels with the statutes as written and the Supreme Court decisions. There is a lot of vagueness to the statutes. Like I said, there's a lot of discrete powers, so I am working with some county attorneys right now to work on the language to make sure we're on solid ground. Last thing we want is a lawsuit coming against the county in case we're not on solid legal ground regarding this resolution. And if that fails, then we will go to a proclamation condemning our health director's abuse of power. I just want to do anything we can to show that the people of Monroe County hear you, your elected representatives hear you, and we are going to stand for your civil liberties.
I can tell you're very passionate about it, which is really nice to see because, like you said, things aren't going to happen unless those who are elected are standing up for the people in the community and really helping get their voices heard. So how, you mentioned like you're being their voice for them, but how is the community involved? Have you been like interviewing some different community members to really get their input so you make sure it's exactly worded properly, or
just attending a lot of school board meetings. I've attended the Tomah school board meeting, and there is a lot of pushback against mask mandates. And well, our health director, mask mandates aren't necessarily within her power anyway. But with the 14-day quarantine mandates, students are missing 2 weeks of school, whether they may or may not have the virus, and then they come back to school just to be told that they're going back home again. I mean, are these kids ever going to have a regular education ever again? And it's time for us to, as representatives, to put a stop to this.
So say there are people in the community that would like to get involved and help you with your resolution there. I mean, how could they do that? How could they?
Absolutely. They can go to our county website, just type in Monroe County, Wisconsin, go to the government tab, and you'll have a list of all of our names, all of the county board supervisors, our contact information, and the districts we represent. And I highly encourage anyone that wants to get involved to pressure their elected officials to stand with me and say enough is enough when it comes to abuse of power for unelected bureaucrats.
So we mentioned, you know, you're very passionate about this and really trying to make an impact. Can you say, how did you become involved with the Monroe County Board of Supervisors in the first place to get to this point?
So why did I run for election? Yes. Well, I was actually elected in high school. I believe the last time I was here was when I was running for this position. I was sick and tired of watching my communities be forgotten by the elites in Madison and Milwaukee on the state level. I mean, I'm not even going to get started on the federal level. And unlike 99% of the population that wants to be keyboard warriors on Facebook, I actually decided to put my hat in the ring and make a difference for a community. And this issue goes to show that local government is the most important government. The closer we govern to the people, the more important your office is. And they're starting to see that we need to pay more attention to these local seats. And I hope with this coming spring election, we have a much bigger turnout when it comes to school board, city council, and county board.
Wow. How has the community feedback been? I know you said you've attended school board meetings and they've had a lot of pushback and things like that. But how has the overall energy, I guess, or aura of it all been for support-wise following your proposal?
Overwhelmingly favorable. I mean, I've gotten a lot of calls of people that don't even live in my district saying thank you, and I hope you run again for this seat or any other elected office within the county, because it's unusual to some people, and it's unfortunate that it's unusual that a representative is actually listening and actually working tirelessly to fight for their constituents, to fight for the people that put them into office in the first place.
That's very just mind-boggling, like you said, that it's just, most people don't take that initiative like you are. So I really appreciate that on behalf of your community. And just want to thank you for being here. And I really look forward to wishing you all the best of luck. Look forward to seeing how it keeps improving and keeps turning out. And we're going to look for some updates definitely from you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Brent.
The New Lisbon Homecoming Game is this Friday, October 8th, with a dedication ceremony for the new sports complex before the game. And we have April at the complex.
I'm here in New Lisbon at the new athletic complex, and I'm here with the superintendent of the New Lisbon School Districts, Mr. Adam Engelbretson, and the junior and high school principal, Mr. Mark Stamper, to talk all about the new athletic complex and this big opening night coming up this week. Well, gentlemen, big night this week. Mr. Stamper, can you talk to us about the details? You have a homecoming night Friday, October 8th, and the grand opening.
Sure. So we've got our homecoming this week, and so our parade and pep rally and everything's going to happen Thursday because we don't have school Friday. But then Friday we've got an awful lot planned as well. We have a tailgate party. Our choir is going to put that on. We have our booster club selling a lot of different rocket gear. We're going to have a fire truck come in for the kids to see. And we have some different raffles and things like that going on. Of course, at halftime we'll have our little ceremony, sort of dedicating our athletic facility. And let's not forget, we also have a football game going on this Friday, which is kind of a big one. We've got the playoff race heating up here, and I know Mr. Beaver would not want us to forget about how important this game is.
Okay, great. Big ignite. What time does the whole tailgate start?
So the tailgate party is going to start at 5 o'clock, and then we'll have the fire truck here and have all the different things going on, and of course the football game starts at 7.
Well, let's walk out to the football field and let's get kind of a whole view of the athletic complex. And as we're walking out here, Mr. Engelbretson, how has this immense project, this is a big project, really impacted the school community, the students, the teachers?
Well, this is a fantastic facility, and everybody that's come here has made very positive comments about how New Lisbon really supports the schools and the athletic programs here. I know when the referendum project came about to pass this, it was supported very strongly by the community, and that shows their sense and pride and support for our school district as well.
Can you walk us through a little bit about the history, the timeline maybe, and the construction? I know, Mr. Stamper, you've been a part of that, and it's been a big project, and here we are, it's finished.
Yes, in fact, it was scheduled to be completed in 2019, but due to COVID, got pushed back a little bit.
Okay.
But this was about a 5 or 6 or 7 year project in the making. It was originally started by a group of community members and school personnel in 2014 with the foundation of the Education Foundation group, and they initially began the fundraising to earn enough money to build the fantastic gateway building that we have into the athletic complex. That building contains concession stands, restrooms, locker rooms, and storage areas. After that, they wanted to continue the project and replace the football field, the nice track, the softball diamond, and the baseball diamond, and went to the community members for support and ended up passing a $1.5 million referendum to complete all the projects that we see here.
So this fall is really kind of, the first full year that we'll be able to use it.
In a whole completed project.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk out to we call it the gridiron, is that right?
Perfect.
The football field.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So here we are, 50-yard line on the gridiron. I know there's been a lot of businesses, a lot of individuals involved in donating time and money, and I know there's some special groups you'd like to thank. Mr. Engelbretson?
Well, I certainly think we want to start with thanking our community who've supported this project all along and continue to support it by visiting the field and supporting our kids each week. But it really starts with the founders of the Education Foundation, and that was Brian Slater, who's the president, Bobby Southworth, who's the secretary, Mark Copleen, who was a former board member and teacher and coach here for a long time. was part of that group, and then former Superintendent Dennis Burr was the treasurer. They really started the ball rolling to earn the money to get this project in place. And then finally our students for coming out and participating in the great events that gives us the entertainment that we can support each week.
This is the best athletic facility in our conference. I know there's some good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but to me, this one's the best. And when our community comes and sees this, and sees all of our students playing and having fun and really showing school spirit, that's a lot to be proud of. And I think that our students, when they come out here and see how much has been invested in them and their future, I think they're proud of that as well.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Lynxx. Good luck at your opening ceremonies, and this is an absolutely amazing athletic complex. Congratulations.
Thanks for coming and visiting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At Tomah Health, we're committed to compassionate hospice and palliative care.
My name is Larry Schmidt. Hospice touch helped me take care of my wife, and how they treated us was all about getting the most out of life and being the most comfortable you could be. You could tell the experience and just the personal touch, but really the empathetic care. Don't know what I would have done without that kind of help.
Tomah Health offers hospice and palliative care close to home.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I really don't feel like cooking, so...
The best pizza. Look at that crust and cheese. Amazing burgers and steaks. Just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone at Pizzone's in Tomah.
What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the little cottage home decor and more, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
The Tomah High School girls golf team are off to state, and we have Sophie Pokela, Brin Neumann, and Amelia Zingler in the studio. Did I say that right? Amelia Zingler? Amelia Zingler in the studio to share the amazing news. So what's going on with the Tomah girls high school golf team?
Well, we start off our season in August, about second week of August, and we just started playing matches, and eventually as we worked our way through our conference season, we ended up winning conference, and we moved on to regionals and won regionals. Then it was Tuesday? Yep, Tuesday we played sectionals and we won sectionals too, so I guess we're on a roll. So now we're on our way to state, which is this Monday and Tuesday. And with our streak here, we're just obviously going for the win because we got our streak going here. But
you got this. You ladies got this win. So, and this is what, the third year in a row?
Yes.
Third year in a row that you've gone to state. And so 3 years in a row, and it's the first time that you've taken regionals, conference regionals, and sectionals. So I've been. So one thing I noticed about the team, like talking to the community and everything, is that the tight bond that you ladies have. I mean, can you go? What's it like being on a team that's gone to state 3 years in a row and just to work together in your practice regimen, and what kind of bond do you guys have that affords you the opportunity to go to state and to take it?
I say we have a pretty good bond just because we always practice in the spring and summer right before the fall season, and so we get a lot of practice not only like by ourselves working alone, but we also collaborate and work together. We like once a week we always just get together and golf and just hang out.
And when do you start practice?
Like official practice?
Like when do you ladies start practicing for golf? Is it year round or in the spring?
Yeah, it's year round.
And you do this together?
Yeah, we're pretty dedicated, so.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that all adds to it, the tight bond that you guys have. So I've hit a putt or two. I'm more of a Happy Gilmore type golfer where I can drive halfway decent, but once I get on that green, that's where it's kind of tough. So I'm going to take advantage of you ladies being here and handing me a few tips as far as putting goes. So, and we got our own green here. So if we want to, we're going to take I'm going to grab the golf balls here. Yep. Take the mic, and you can watch my form and let me know how I'm doing. Okay, so we're putting on the green. How's my grip? How's my grip? My grip good?
Pretty good.
How about my back straight?
Yep, just a slight bend in the knees.
Slight bend in the knees.
Yep.
They come.
Oh.
No. No. Okay. So just tap, tappy.
You want to use just use your arms, not your wrists. That's pretty good. Get up there. Go in.
Oh.
There you go. You got the assist.
Got the assist. So, all right. Now I want one of you ladies show how it's supposed to be done.
Sophie?
I see you all brought your putters.
Yeah.
In a professional sense.
Well, we're sitting here, take it over here. Just put it.
Yeah, I'll let you know if your form's correct.
Oh, thank you.
So, okay. Okay, just tap. Use the arms. Just tap it in the hole.
Whoa, a little speedy.
A little speedy.
A little hard, but
All right. Where's Charity? Let's get Charity in here. She's a pro putter.
Take a whack at it here.
All right, you think I'm a pro, huh?
You are.
Can I have one of you hold that, please? Thank you. All right, no promises that my form is not going to be as nice. So bend the knees.
Yep.
Okay.
Just tap it.
Oh, that's a little much.
Ooh, that's awesome, though.
It would have went in if yours wasn't blocking the hole.
Great.
I'm calling it a
I got
win.
it down. So, hey, so we want to appreciate and wish our ladies good luck at state Monday and Tuesday. Great job, Charity, with your putt.
Thank you.
And great job with the little tips. So, Charity has a little announcement.
Yeah, there's one quick announcement is the Camp Douglas Farmers Market is hosting a night market on tomorrow night, actually Friday, October 8th from 6 to 10 p.m. There's going to be music, food, and fun for the whole family, so be sure to check it out.
So we would like to thank our guests for being part of the show, and as always, we'd like to thank you, our sponsors, and thank you for
connecting you to the community.